One of the individuals with me suddenly spotted something. Off through the forest was a bright, glowing object. The best way I can describe it, it looked like an eye. It was bright red with a dark center. It appeared to be winking. It would sort of wink. It was shedding something like molten metal. It was dripping off it. It silently moved through the trees, avoiding any contact. It bobbed up and down, and at one point it actually approached us. We tried to get closer. It receded out into the field, beyond the forest, and silently exploded into 5 white objects. Gone. So we went out into the field looking for any evidence, because something had apparently been falling off it, and we found nothing. But while we were searching around in the field, one of the people with me noticed some objects in the sky to the north. There were 3 or 4 objects in the north, brightly colored, changing from elliptical to round, and moving at very high speed and sharp angular movements as though they were doing a grid search. While we were watching them, somebody else noticed to the south there were 2 objects just sort of hovering in the sky. One object approached us at very high speed, best guess is 3,000 to 5,000 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood, stopped directly overhead and sent down a concentrated beam at our feet. It was about 1 foot in diameter. The best way I can equate it is sort of a laser beam. We stood there in awe. Was this a warning? Was this an attempt to communicate? Was this a weapon or just a probe? Just as suddenly as it appeared, click, it disappeared. We stood there, really concerned. About that time, we noticed the other object to the south was sending down beams, about a mile, mile and a half away over Woodbridge Base. We had 3 different radios with us, the police radio, the security police radio, and I had the command net. All 3 radios were functional and we were talking to control centers. They were constantly breaking up and we had great difficulties communicating, but we were able to discern that on the police and security net that some of those beams were either falling into or near the weapons storage area, and there's a great deal of concern.
I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. As you see in the video before, it's actually an older video. I don't know what year this video came out, but as you see, it's very detailed, man. Okay, on the laser beams of the chariots of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And you see these Edomites describe exactly how the scriptures talk about the chariots and the laser beams coming out. All right. And there's actually a video I can't find, which is an even older video of this Edomite talking about the chariots in space. And it actually captures the laser beam shooting out the chariot. All right. And hitting a warhead, a nuclear warhead that they was launching into space. Okay. And you see this same guy in this video talk about how the beams were going close to the nuclear facilities. All right, so Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is being showing Esau his power. That's why Esau's preparing. That's why he has a space force. That's why he's doing the different things he's doing, because he know. Because Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai puts the power on display. Okay, just a little bit, man. Because when Yahweh shall come down here with the angels, with the thousands and thousands of heaven, the army, they really going to show out, man. They're going to shake the earth. They're going to shake the atmosphere. Okay? So that's why I say a glimpse of the power. Now let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 13, which is one of my favorite chapters that talks about the laser beams and the chariots. Let's start at verse 1. It said, "And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof." Right, man, it moved the waves thereof. Okay, like I said, when Yahweh shall come down from the heavens, okay, that power from the heavens is going to move the earth and move the waters, man. Okay, which why it says the waves thereof. Okay, that's the energy and the power from on high. Okay, so it says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." Who is that man? Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right. Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. If you're not pushing Yahweh Shai in 2022, you don't have the spirit, man. All right. At all. If you're not pushing Yahweh Shai. Okay, so that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right, man, they trembled, man. Okay, when you read Revelation chapter 1, verse 7, it goes into that, man. They were wailing, they were scared when the clouds came. Okay, being symbolic for the chariots. All right, so-called UFOs, man. The people on the earth trembled. They wailed, they were scared, man, because of that power. Okay, I want you to imagine seeing the video of those Edomites that was talking, the Edomite that was talking, of the laser beam coming at their feet, man. I know that was like, what the hell am I looking at? All right, Yahweh Shema Shai was playing with them, man. But we're coming into a time where Yahweh Shema Shai ain't gonna play with Esau, man. Okay, he just gonna do it, man, and go all out. All right, verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice. Right, man, that's the laser beam. Like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Right, man, a huge chariot, man. Okay, we always break down how Yahweh Shai's chariot is the mothership. Okay, the huge chariot, man. It's going to be big. All right, verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I behold, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. Right, man, they were very afraid, just like Pharaoh. Okay, he was afraid. The plagues hit Egypt. All right, he let Israel go. But the Lord put the spirit on Pharaoh to fight anyway. All right, he's going to do the same thing to Esau. He's going to make him fight. He's going to control his mind to fight. Okay, so he can destroy him. All right, verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword. Now, key word, it said the violence. That means Esau came hard, man. Okay, that's a lot of pride, man. Okay, meaning he was coming to fight for real. All right, it says as he saw the violence of who? Of Esau, man. Okay, using everything they got. All right, of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war, talking Yahweh Shai and his army. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, that's the laser beam, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. Right, man, the great American army, man. Proud to be an American. Yeah, we're going to see how proud they are in that day. They're going to be proud because you're going to make them proud. But, you know, we're going to see how it's going to do for them. What it's going to do for them. All right? And burnt them up, everyone, so that upon of a sudden, a big multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay? So very, very quickly, they turn into dust. All right, from the same laser beam that the Edomites saw, man, those Edomites. Okay, so he said it was a warning. It was a warning, man. Okay, it was a warning of things to come. All right, period, man. Esau's going down. Esau's about to be destroyed, man. He's about to be destroyed. We're about to see this power on display on a high level, man. But the thing is, we have to examine ourselves to make sure that we are not on the wrong end of that, man, because we don't want to get judged with Esau, okay, because we know all Israel ain't going to make it. So we have to examine every day. We have to think about this, man. Get pumped up, understanding that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to fight for the nation of Israel, for the elect of Israel, man. Okay, he is not going to leave the elect here. This place is going down, as you see, it's crumbling for the elect's sake. The time is short. Time is moving fast for the elect's sake, so that we can get out of here, man. But you got to keep believing no matter what. You got to keep believing. If you fall, you got to get back up. Okay? If you mess up, you got to ask for forgiveness, man. All right? You get distracted, you got to get back on track through the spirit, man. Okay? Period, man. As long as you breathing, you have a chance to move forward and not backwards. Okay, so just a quick little lesson, man, on that video, man. I find that very interesting. Okay, because you know Esau ain't lying because it matches the scriptures 100%. So with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, or Ka Kodash for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, Akamai, that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.